Thank you, Dave. My name's Jamie. I'm a Liberal Democrat councillor here in the city. But first of all, I'd just like to thank the organisers of this event. I'd like to thank all of the organisers of this event and all of the superb speakers that have spoken so far today. I'd also like to thank all of you for coming, because up and down the country you are joining hundreds of thousands of people who are sending a clear message. We will not surrender our democracy. But let's be honest, it has been a tough week. On Wednesday I was shocked and I was upset. It's affected my sleep, it's affected my work, and I know I am not the only one. I spend a lot of time talking to people out on the doors. Normally, people after Theresa May's last humiliation wanted to gossip. They wanted to talk about it, give their ideas. This week it's different. This week people are hurt. The first action of Boris Johnson, the first real action of Boris Johnson as Prime Minister has been to wound this country. Let's make sure it's his last. I know through bitter experience that the tactics that this government are using are the tactics that gangs of bullies and charlatans use to get their own way. We cannot allow them to crush our spirits. We cannot allow them to weaken our resolve. Instead, we must take heart, and there is a lot to be positive about. On Tuesday, the leaders of all opposition parties came together with common purpose. They agreed a strategy that would stop no deal, that the Johnson government could not defeat in Parliament. In response, on Wednesday, Dominic Cummings and Johnson played their last desperate card, running roughshod over convention in a gamble that they will learn to regret. In our flawed system, and after years of wasted opportunities, this may stop our Remain alliance from being able to use legislation to stop no deal. However, as other speakers have said, we can remove Boris Johnson as Prime Minister as early as next week, through a motion of no confidence followed by a national government unit. Dominic Cummings is betting this will not happen, simply because he believes there is more that divides us than unites us. And that is what this whole Brexit project seeks to do, to divide in order to rule. Wouldn't it be delightful to prove him wrong? Over the past 3 years in my campaigning to stop Brexit, I have been mindful that when we succeed, a large number of people will feel robbed. After David Cameron made promises he immediately failed to keep, these people are now seeking to cash a cheque written by Boris Johnson that we all know will come back marked insufficient funds. The spoils of nationalism are never shared widely, whilst the impact of no deal will affect us all. I'm trying. Even if we revoke Article 50 next week, the damage done to our country will take years to address. We must all make a promise today that after we stop Brexit, we will work with the same passion and conviction to address the underlying issues that led us to this precipice. We must not just be hard on Brexit, we must be hard on the causes of Brexit. Now, I think in order to do this, beyond remaining at the centre of European politics, we need to deliver a reconciliation of our divided society, a restoration of our parliamentary democracy, and reparation for those communities who have been badly let down by successive governments. A government of national unity would be a fitting way to begin such a process. Before we can reconcile a nation, we must learn to work together to stop Brexit. To do this, we are going to need to remember to forgive one another for perceived transgressions and listen to one another's arguments. to focus on our shared aspirations. If we can remember this, if we can learn to forgive, then we can hopefully consign Boris Johnson to be but a footnote in history marked failed charlatan.